See, once it gets torn, ripped too many times, double it up on itself, it won't rip anymore. It's real strong. Anyways, happy Black Moon. It's the last moon cycle in 2024. Hopefully it's been a good year for you, and whatever that means. But anyways, I was really wanting to do some more stuff on trust and finish this year, kind of pertaining to red flags, green flags, true love stuff, relationship stuff. But anyways, I'm missing some of my notes. I lost a paper I've been using for several months now. Well, this whole year really. And it had 4 kinds of trust on it with 4 levels and some metrics on it to be able to gauge, where trust is at and to look at it. But anyways, can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. I must have put it in another folder of some other notes and kind of lost track of it. Hopefully it'll show up soon. I've been looking for it for like 2 days. It's just not revealing itself. But I've had this happen before. I think something's completely lost like that. And it'll be because I'll be like using something out of one folder and be putting it into something that's putting it next to something, kind of cross-referencing them to see if that brings anything to light that I'm normally not seeing, or basically all of us aren't really seeing. But anyways, I want to share something, and this is kind of in the realm of not really. Well, it actually came from like spell casting and stuff like that. Is where I discovered this thing about 3 years ago. But anyways, looking at the surface level of it, it does kind of look kind of witchy, and it looks like some kind of magic. But what it really is helping to dig into your subconscious criteria and subconscious beliefs, whatever you may be holding and digging around in the back of your head. And it puts together what it's really got going on in there and brings it up foremost and up to the front of your mind, so you can actually see what's really dinging around in your mind about it. And the stuff works. And it's kind of a thing I've done here and there throughout these past few years, and it works like a charm. So, example, let's go ahead and do this one. This one's a fun one. Okay, that's probably going to be backwards to you guys. But anyways, it says true love, right? So here's what you do. It's better to use like a little card or something. But you take each letter and you break the letter up into 2 or 3 different parts, and you just make a design. It could be either a square or a triangle, or if you're into religion, make it into a design of a religious symbol or something. Or you could actually use your name, use it to spell your name. Let's do like 2 examples. I'll do the one I like to prefer to use, and we'll do it like that. Okay, you see that? See how I made this symbol? What I did was I broke up each letter into a couple little pieces and shaped it into a triangle, kind of like a triangle. That was kind of quick. But anyways, it's not really, you're not really striving for perfection here. It's just kind of get it there. But anyways, that could be one of them. So you break it up into those little pieces and make a shape, or you could spell your name with it. Say, I'll use it and spell my name with it. Let me create one. I've never done it in this style. I know it is a kind. Yeah, this is kind of tricky here. Okay, see that one? See how that one came out? See, it's kind of in the shape of my name. You can see it. See, like a shape of a T and an I and an M. But anyways, I prefer like doing shapes like that. It really doesn't matter. It's getting it out on that. You could do it like in this, just whatever, anything. Just the thing is, the goal is to take the actual word that you're using, that you're wanting to delve further into, where you're wanting to see something you've never seen before and think of ways you've never thought before. That's what you're trying to do, to get past your normal process of what your conscious mind sees that's really laying deep in the subconscious. That's what you're after right there. So to see what's really dinging around. But anyways, to take these things like this, and of course they say that, certain phases of the moon, you want to do these things. Full moon, the end of a moon, or new moon, however, if you're wanting to end something or begin something. So that's kind of something for you to kind of wrestle around with in your intellect. Yeah. So anyways, I can tell you that this kind of thing works. I've used it personally for research in my own psyche. Like actually using those two words right there, I'm making these, I think they're called sigils or seagulls or something like that. But anyways, I make these things and I keep it on a little card. And I keep it in my little pocketbook. I got like a day planner or day schedule or little goals and tasks things that I do every day. I've been doing that for like 6 years now every day. So anyways, I'll keep that in there. And of course, when you get in there, you're looking at it, or your eyes kind of glance past it. And, you've written it, you've written this, but it doesn't look nothing like that. So it's like you look at it at first glance and it's like you really don't see it. But anyways, I'm not sure about the science to it, but it does something in the subconscious and the conscious. It's like it goes deeply into the subconscious. It's like the subconscious sees that and knows what it is and knows what you put there, and then it and then it re-puts it together. And as it re-puts it together, it's pushing that information into the conscious mind from the subconscious. And by doing this, I got some really cool notes off of it. I wrote an entire booklet, you could say, and I've used this before on other things, and it works like a charm, and it's a really great thing. And I wouldn't read too much of it in it being like magic or a spell or anything. It's psychological science. There is a science to it, and it is very real. It's very real. So anyways, that's some examples. Let's do another one. Let's say All right, let's make one out of that. Implicit trust. That ought to be a fun one. Matter of fact, after I do this example, I'm going to go ahead and make this one to finish off this year of 2024 and carry it in my pocket for into this first month of 2025. And I will actually show you the notes that come out. And I have no idea what it is or what it's going to be. But just remember this video, implicit trust. So I'm going to make a symbol out of taking each letter. What you want to do is take each letter and bust it up into like pieces, like on the I part, use like 3 pieces there. On the M, you could get 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces out of that. In the P, you could get, there's no rule to it. I mean, you can really break it up into small pieces if you want, but you know, just looking at it at face value, like the P, there's a line and then the circle, so that's 2 pieces. And then the L, you could break that into 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 sections, or just break it in half. And that makes 2 pieces. And then the I, you could make that into 3 pieces, you know, break it up and it'd be like 3 dots. And then the C, you can break that up into 2 pieces or 3 pieces, whatever you want to do. There's no rule to it. It's just getting it out on paper and then making these little funky signs. So let's create one real quick, shall we? Okay, I'll try to make it into a triangle, but it's a little bit sloppy, but you can see it's just like a triangle. Some odd reason I've always favored triangles. There's a very symbolic thing to it to me. This triangle, it's I like this. I like it because it's like a pyramid or something. It's just cool to me. So that's what I'm going to use. So let's remember this video. Implicit trust. This is the one I did. You can do any one you want. This is the one I'm doing. And I'm going to put this on a card. I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to see what all comes out of it. And I also recommend that, you know, you can't, from what I've seen, a person really can't force a timeline on it. You really can't. One thing I do know is always be ready with a pen and paper. For me, in my opinion, it's like I have gone nowhere without a pen and paper anywhere. Because you never know when a thought's going to hit you like a bolt of lightning and you need to write it down. You never know. You never know when you're going to get some kind of idea coming in from God knows where this stuff comes from. I think a lot of it comes from within, but I think a lot of it comes from floating around in the ether realm. But anyways, I think on this very first one I did, that was the first one I did. I held that for several months, actually. And I had a lot of notes that came out with it, ideas that just struck me out of nowhere. Some of those ideas hit me in the middle of the night where I'm like dead asleep in the night. And then it's like I'm either partway dreaming or it's like my brain is actually working. And then it's like, I'm going to jump up out of bed and freaking flip the light on, grab the notepad, hit the pen and paper, bam, there it is. Write it and be like, ha, caught you. captured it. And that's how a lot of that came about right there. And at that time, those were just personal notes. That they were personal notes for me, to so I could work out my relationship issues or love issues or trust issues, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of issues when it comes to issues like that. So, anyways, but it's kind of funny. After those notes started piling up, and I'd look at them every day, and they were kind of like my own little uh, guidelines to go by, kind of keep me in line, keep me focused in a certain way, looking at looking at life and myself and other people a certain way, and keeping the focus on that on a daily basis. And then one day, I was tired, I was wore out, and I was wearing these cargo pants that I'd worn to work that day. I was tired, wore out, and I forgot them notes in my pocketbook, and I washed them in the washer. And when I first seen it, I didn't know how to feel about it. I pulled it out of the washer and I looked at it like that, and it was just a mangled, smeared piece of stuff. And I was like, no, I don't think I had that memorized yet. I needed that. But I didn't get mad or sad or nothing. All of a sudden, there was a fire that kicked up in me, and it was like, no, now rewrite some guidelines, rewrite some criteria, right. And then it just redid itself. That's the beauty of writing. It's like the pen and the paper like comes alive by itself, and you're just there, and you get to take credit for what comes through the pen and the paper and the notes. To me, that's the magic of it. Is it magic, or is it just something out of a person's subconscious? Because you do the research, you feed your brain, and then it's like you compress all that, and then it just comes flowing out, And you never know when it's going to happen. You really don't. I mean, I try to focus on the writing times when the mind is the most pliable. From what I've seen, we have a creative spot where our mind is naturally creative. To me, that's within that first 1 to 3 hours after waking up, and maybe even 4 hours sometimes, but that's extremely rare. So, but most people go their whole lives and they don't realize they have that creative power, that creative mindset or creative flow to them, because most people wake up and they go straight off to work, and then they do some manual job or whatever. Maybe they love their job, maybe they don't. But the fact is I think everyone has this co-creator power of being a co-creator with the creator of the universe, the spirit of the universe. So anyways, this is the call to action. Make one of these to carry in your pocket. Maybe some kind of issue that you want to see in a different light, see in new ways, to be able to see and comprehend in ways you've never seen and comprehended it, or think about it in ways you've never thought about it, and find ways of feeling about it you never felt about it yet, and to be able to create some content like that in that manner. So that's the thing. Think about the thing you want to look at, something that you normally aren't really looking at. Write the word out and then bust up the letters into like a shape or something. It could be like a square or a circle or whatever. Put it like on a little card, and then keep it with you every day. And just periodically, throughout each day, just kind of glance over it. Maybe even stare at it. I don't know. Maybe give it 10 minutes. Maybe don't look at it. Just keep it in your pocket all day and never look at it, not even once that day. I don't know. There's no rule to it. Just start doing it. So anyways, that's the thing. Let's see what comes up. And I guess that kind of goes into what they call dowsing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I never really understood all the rules to the craft that the practitioners use. Do I believe in stuff like psychic stuff and stuff like that? Yeah, yeah, I do. It is real. It's very real. I don't think it's like magic. I think it's just some people have a certain ability that's like naturally in our flesh, in our mind. We can naturally predict what's going to happen in certain things within. Like if I see someone jacking around over there and they're being sloppy washing the dishes and there's a bunch of cups and everything and they're all haphazardly there, I can reasonably guess that they're probably going to break one or one's going to get broke. It's like that. But also, I think some people have that, but it goes really deeper to where they can look way into the future and sometimes even years. So that's why I believe it's real like that. And it also can be real in another way that's unexplainable in the spiritual realm. So, anyways, have a good one. See you in the funny papers.